But also, I don't want to force somebody who's not meant to be in my space and then magkakasakita na lang kami, you know, because I'm forcing a piece that's not meant to be in my puzzle.
Hello! Ito ang medyo seryosong podcast. This is Gianne speaking. As you can see, I'm not alone. Again, in this episode, yay!
Nagulat ako sa, hello! Sabi ko, oh, ito na pala yun. Okay, start na. Kaya pala you were clapping. Akala ko, woohoo! Exciting! Pang audio pala.
Pang audio,
okay.
Para ma-sync namin ang audio and the video.
Tama.
But if you're listening to this podcast, I just want to say, okay, you should put it on video mode because me and Janina will be doing something fun while we're yapping and just talking about life. So, yes, na-spoil ko na sa inyo who's with me in this episode. Give it up for Janina Vela! Yay! Nag-game sila. Busy sila. Hayaan na natin.
Busy.
But we are going to make friendship bracelets in this episode because we're going to talk about friendships.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Super exciting. I'm super glad na medyo aligned tayo because we went out for matcha and then we were talking, ano ba? But actually, yun nga, hindi natin napag-usapan until the last 5 minutes. Medyo nagkwentuhan lang kami about everything else. But then towards the end, parang automatic na align tayo on this topic. So, I'm glad to be able to discuss this because this is something that's gonna be part of your life. From birth to death, like friendship. Because, you know, marriage is important and all of the, like, being a mother, like, motherhood topics are important. But I feel like friendships and, like, your girlfriends, your girl group, they're the people who's going to stay with you very, very long.
I agree.
Yeah.
I super agree. And, like, whether you're single, I mean, na-imagine ko nga ngayon na parang, I think whatever walk of life you are in, if you're listening to this episode, whether you're a student or you're a single woman or someone who's in a relationship or even married, I think you can resonate with if not few, with a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today, because I actually want to be more specific when it comes to friendship.
Go ahead.
I want to be more specific about you know, I do not know actually the specific word. Okay, but just to start it off, like outgrowing friendships.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there are friendships that are not meant to be there for all of the seasons of our lives. And just to spoil, you know, I don't think that's a negative thing.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's what we're going to talk about today. Like, if you've ever had that personal experience.
Like an FO.
Yeah, an FO.
Whether it was like slow or like just like a snap gone, or if it was like a quiet thing or
something happened.
Yeah, or something big happened. I feel like I don't think I've ever met somebody who's never had some version of an FO.
Yeah.
And that's why we should talk about it.
Yes, I agree. And also the thing is, not a lot of people talk about it.
No.
Diba? No. I do not know why. Pero like there are a lot of materials out there. How to move on. Like how to
find a boyfriend.
How to find a boyfriend.
Yeah,
yes.
even singlehood now. Yeah, which is all very, very important.
Yes. But not so much on friendships.
Yeah.
No? So yeah, what do you think about that? Like, what do you think could be the reasons we would outgrow a friendship?
Oh gosh, what are the reasons? Well, I think so. I'm 26. You're 27.
I'm 27.
27, and post college, pre-marriage is such a special time. I also feel like, and not necessarily because it's post college, pre-marriage, but then it's also the transitional phase. So there's a lot of circumstances where, because you're transitioning, not only school, workplace, location, wherever, like group of friends, boyfriend, but also you are kind of transitioning, you're kind of evolving. Sometimes from having like a combined path, it becomes a parallel path, and it goes two separate directions, right? So life changes. You change.
I change.
Yeah, we all change.
I'm not the same person I was last year.
Yeah, and I hope I'm not either, right? I think that's the hope there. But so it just sometimes it ends up collateral damage, whether we like it or not, right? That the things that we used to align on before, just don't anymore. And I've had friendships like that, and I think that's something. Sometimes because of social media, when it's like, oh, she doesn't message me anymore, or like, oh, we don't get to hang out anymore. Oh, she's busy with this, she's busy with that. I think I've so my closest friends in the entire world, the people that I super grew up with talaga, maybe 15 plus years na kami as best friends.
Wow.
Yeah, as in every day in the pandemic, mag-work out kami. Yeah. Parang I would go to, kasi kapitbahay ko yung best friends ko. So like, we would go there, we'd have coffee together, and then we'd like work out, and then we'd watch movies. Yun yung pandemic routine namin. But there was a time kasi na some of them, we were all going to different schools, and then some of them went to school together. They were in Katip, but then I was working somewhere else. So they were close, and then I was far. And then biglang I moved in, so we were close, and then this girl was far, and then there was a point that kaming pair yung close, blah 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 blah. So
Daming shifts, no?
daming shifts. But what I love about that friendship is that we've just I don't know if it was automatic for everybody, but we just decided to be flexible. And we just decided to be an adaptive friend group where we're like, okay, if that's your season now, then that's your season now, right? If this is how much I get from you, then that's it. But we know that we're always going to be home together. And I think that's that's the kind of best friends that I love talaga. Na, is it bad if I say yung parang hindi high maintenance?
Yes.
Yeah, as in super, I mean, we loved hang out with each other. That's not the issue at all. But then, it's not na kung hindi kami magkaka-hang out, then it's like, wala na. No, it's, we understand.
Yeah.
Like, ganon. But I feel like there are a lot of, friendships who have a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Have you ever had,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. And like, I also just want to say that I can relate to what you said. Na I have kasi this girl best friend circle that has always been my constant. But the thing is, yun nga, as he said, there were a lot of changes with proximity, seasons, and then one of us got married, and then one of us had to be in Subic because she's studying. So parang ako, with that, I have that kind of susukat mo lang.
Keep talking.
Ayan, okay. So like, we had a lot of changes, pero they've always been there.
Yeah.
Parang yun nga, I agree na hindi din sila high maintenance.
Napa-exceed bigla. Sorry. Okay. Ang galing ko actually, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Or dapat longer?
Longer yata dapat.
Okay.
Pero it's
Sabi
okay.
niya, yeah. Longer.
Parang, longer pala.
Oops,
Kasi pag nilagyan ng beads, sisikip siya.
Tama.
Yeah, but ayun, I have that constant group of friends also, but through my changes in all my seasons and the things that I've been, actually, ganito ko siya gagawin.
Pinat mo muna.
Oo.
Tama.
Tsaka ko siya
Sorry,
gugupitin.
dami ko na tuloy.
It's okay.
Okay, tama. Okay.
But like, yun yung type of friendship na parang I don't have to think about too much. Not because I don't think of them, but because yun nga, hindi sila high maintenance. But I've also experienced having friendships na parang in my next season, hindi ko na sila kasama.
Yeah.
And again, not always the case. Could be the case for some people, but like in my case naman, hindi naman sa evil.
Yeah.
It's just that there were a lot of things that happened. How do you feel about that? How do you experience that?
One of my favorite quotes as a teenager, I have a song that has this quote, but then it says, I've learned that what once kept you going could be what's keeping you from growing.
Whoa.
So that's something that I had to learn at, 19 years old. Because it's hard to rationalize that this person meant so much to me. They were such a big part in my life. And then ganun lang, mawawala lang sila. And And again, this is a case-to-case basis, right? We don't want to do a one-size-fits-all on all friendships because sometimes there are friendships that you fight for, but sometimes there are friendships that are just not healthy for either of you. I don't want to be the person who holds my ex-friend, this person back. I don't want to be the person who holds them back from who they're really supposed to be, right? But also, I don't want to force somebody who's not meant to be in my space and then magkakasakita na lang kami, you know, because I'm forcing a piece that's not meant to be in my puzzle, right? And it doesn't mean that they're the villain.
Yeah. And they don't have to be.
They don't have to be. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they are.
Again, case to case.
And I will say this because I have been the villain, right? So that's the only reason I can say it is because sometimes you are the villain. Sometimes she is the villain. Sometimes, you know. But then I feel like that is too general na nga eh. Because nobody is ever... Well, not nobody, but some people are really bad.
Yeah.
But nobody is really... Or not a lot of people... Not everyone is really 100% evil. And I think that's something that's made it so easy and so difficult to allow people to come and to go because you realize may pinanggagalingan lahat. Parang everybody has a reason why they act like this. Everyone has like... You know, I think there was a TikTok trend. I'm sure you've seen it because we're both brain rot now. But then there's a parang I would have never done that to you.
I've seen that.
Diba? And while I super agree for most cases, like I could never have done
this
to someone what has been done to me. Sometimes I counter it in my head and I say, you know what? But I will never understand what made them do what they did. Wow. I will never understand what that person went through, what that person has gone through, what people have done to her that made her do that to me.
Wow.
And I think that's really changed my perspective on people, on humans. Na, kung ako nga, I've done so many bad things to so many people, no? And I've hurt so many people in my life and I've made amends and some hindi nag-amends, right? I've asked for forgiveness and it just didn't end up the way that you think it would. You know, as somebody who went through that, I wonder then, no, parang if these people are summing me up by the worst points in my life and I know how that feels, why would I do that to someone else? Diba they're like, grabe, Janina is so blank because she did blank. But I also did this. Yeah. But I also did this and I also have this and I'm trying so hard to be better, right? Why can't I give somebody else the same grace?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Dami ko nang sinabi, sorry.
No, we love it. I love it. Yeah. And like, now I'm thinking, ang tricky no ng friendship kasi like, it's not that, like it could get toxic, not because you're bad, but it's just that you're coming from somewhere.
Yeah. Everyone's coming from somewhere, eh?
Diba?
Yeah.
And ang hirap lang i-reconcile nun sa head na parang, gosh, as much as I love you and I want to have you around, keep you around, ang hirap din na pilitin nga, ayun nga, sabi mo, ang hirap ipilit na i-push to. Kasi dun siya magiging toxic. Yeah. So I guess the next question would be, what do you think makes a friendship toxic? If not,
that's so good.
Two people being bad.
Yeah.
I guess it becomes toxic if it comes to a point that it's keeping you from growing.
Yeah.
And doing the things that you want to do just for the sake na magkasama kayo lagi.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a good one.
That would be my answer.
To go off of that, no, I like that one. Parang if it's keeping you from growing, I feel like, hypothetical. I mean, I've seen this around, right? Where there's a person na gustong, like she just, I don't know. But there comes to a point kasi na this person will have different priorities. Right? This person will want to do this and do that and want to grow, want to better themselves. And there are some friends who just don't understand that. And that's, I think, where that disconnect happens. Where when you're in school kasi, yung priority mo, school, diba? Yung priority mo, friendship. It's just that extracurriculars, whatever, basketball team, whatever. But then you grow up. Again, that's the hardest talaga when you grow up. Minsan, nag-iiba na yung passions mo.
Mm-hmm.
Yung likes, dislikes, friends, even the people around you, friends, nag-iiba.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe sometimes there are people who take that against other people.
Yung changes.
Ba't ka nag-iiba? Diba? Parang you're changing. You're not who I thought you were.
Yeah.
But then in the mind of somebody else, it could be, I'm just trying to be better. I'm just trying to grow. I'm trying to evolve. And so, honestly, I've seen that even character-wise, right? Where this person will try to gossip a little less, right? This person will try to drink a little less, to go out a little less. Iba na yung standards niya in terms of her morality, maybe in terms of character. And some people just won't get that.
Mm-hmm. That's sad, no?
And it is very sad. I think that's one of the hardest ones where I don't know, as somebody, I'm just putting myself in this person's shoes, no? If you're looking at your friend na parang, ayoko naman kitang iwan, diba? Parang, I don't wanna leave you behind.
Mm-hmm. But I'm a changed person now.
But I have to change. Yeah. I have to grow. So, ayun.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you.
Mahirap talaga siya.
Wow. You know what? To be specific, eto bad na talaga to.
Bad?
Bad na. Pero hindi to, thankfully, I don't have this experience. Yeah. But I think gossip makes a friendship toxic. Ako lang yun.
Yeah.
At least for me. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful the friendships I have are not like a den of gossipers. Because kami mismo, we value that. Like, we value the words that we say about each other.
Yeah.
I love honoring my friends behind their backs.
Yeah.
I love speaking their names in rooms of opportunities even if they're not there. So, yeah, ako yun, to be specific, if I have another answer for that, that would be that. That's my way of protecting my friendships. I don't let gossip in.
Yeah.
So, there. That's just a thought.
One thing that just came to mind, no, that kind of destroys friendships from the inside or out. When there's conflict, obviously conflict is obvious, but it's our response to conflict.
That's interesting. Okay.
So sometimes, there will be, why did she say that? and I've had, okay, so I went to, this is so funny if my friends are listening and they're probably gonna listen. So I went to Japan with my closest friends in when we turned 18, and I was so damn messy. As in, so like I was super not a good travel buddy talaga. I won't go into detail anymore. If you ask her, she'll tell you. Joke. So anyway, so this friend who's super type A, she was kind of like really
planner
with me. Yeah. She was super annoyed with me. But I don't know how she did it. But it didn't change our friendship.
Oh.
Like, she was annoyed with me, ha? Like, everybody kind of knew. And I only found it out, like, years later.
Hindi niya agad sinabi.
Yeah. And we're going to Japan again. So sabi ko talaga sa kanya, maayos na akong travel buddy, I promise. But then, but then she didn't take it against me. I mean, maybe she was annoyed, right? And she was mad. But then she didn't let that ruin our friendship. And so sometimes there are moments that you can overlook. That's something that I realized. Like, she never really brought it up to me. And that's different, ha? I'm not saying you suppress. I'm not saying parang angkinin mo lang yung hurt mo. I'm saying she was angry, but then she was like, you know what? She's crazy. I love her. Like, she's crazy, but I love her. So, I'm not gonna let this ruin our friendship. And from that experience alone, I've learned so much about friendship.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, she's kind of annoying, but what? I love her.
I love her.
I love her. Right? And so it's not suppressing the anger. It's just letting it go.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, she means more to me than this. That type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you can't overlook, obviously you want to confront the person, right? You want to be able to say, hey, girl, that really hurt me,
Yeah.
right? That really hurt
This
me.
was a trigger.
Yeah, this was a trigger for me, blah, blah, blah. But if you can't do that, then that's when the suppressing comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that can really poison your friendship from inside and out, because there will be this hidden animosity between you two
Yes.
for a long time that will never get healed. So, yeah, so parang the person will just continue being like that, and you'll be like angry in secret until it destroys you guys from the inside and out. So I feel like that's something that I see a lot.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any relationships are free from conflicts.
No. Yeah.
So what's important is how you handle the conflicts.
Yeah.
And that gave me another thought.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
diba, your answer was like how you handle conflicts. I don't know. But ito, based on my experience na
Okay.
ako to. I think it also could make or break the friendship. Depends on how you handle jealousy.
That is so good. Yeah.
Right? Because like in my, and this is not a secret, I talk about this openly. There was a time like me and this one very, very, very dear close friend, I got jealous of her. And the thing is, I think depende rin sa kung gaano ko kalalim yung pagmamahal mo sa tao eh.
Yeah.
And ako, I just love this person so much. And I had to sit with my feelings and with my emotions and confront myself. Why are you jealous? This person is just trying to grow.
Yeah.
This person is just trying to do her best and be good at her craft. Why are you jealous?
Yeah.
So before I had to talk to her, I had to confront myself first and be courageous enough to admit, oh my God, Lord help me.
Yeah.
I am jealous of my very, very dear close friend.
How was that how was that talk with her?
You know what?
Conversation.
We had a conversation
Yeah.
and I let her know.
Yeah.
I let her know. This is how I'm feeling. Nilatag ko lahat. Like, I put it in light.
Yeah.
I revealed it to light. And I'm thankful enough that she didn't take it against me.
Yeah.
She was so understanding. She was listening. Kasi kilala niya rin kung sino ako eh, as a friend.
Yeah.
That I am not feeling these things and I'm not the type of person to hold her back.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm telling her that I'm jealous of her is because I love her. And I told her, sabi ko sa kanya, and this is me na being doing my best to be a very, very great friend to her. Sabi ko sa kanya, hey, this is what I'm feeling, but I don't want you to be affected sa kung anong ginagawa mo. Kung anong ginagawa mo ngayon, ituloy mo lang yan. With my feelings, I'm the one responsible for this. But I just want to let you know na, I do not know if she remembers this, but I want you to know na I will never, like, hindi ko ibebebihin tong feeling ko na to. Iko-confront ko to.
Yeah.
At i-arrest ko to. And I just want to tell you, don't let anyone stop you from reaching your dreams and growing. Don't let any girl do that, not even me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's related to what you said, na it depends on how you handle conflicts. And communication with friendships is very, very, very important. Kasi akala natin minsan pang magjowa lang yan eh.
Yeah.
Actually, sobrang importante din nun sa friendships. Kasi yun nga, we are human beings. Meron tayong mga wounds na matitrigger, and hindi porket na trigger, masama na agad siya.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, hindi siya ganun eh. Like, ang daming layers. So yeah, jealous, I'm not saying I'll never ever be a jealous person. But if ever I become jealous of my girl best friends, I would take responsibility. I would not take it against them.
Yeah.
And I would open it up to them, trusting them that they won't judge me for it. And that I am a grown up.
Yeah.
And I deal with my own crap. You know, like if I'm jealous of you, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me coming from somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think like comparison in general kasi it kills. You know, like I was just thinking about it yesterday. Literally the 10th commandment, right? Do not covet your neighbor's wife. What's the modern version of that? Right? Do not but be jealous of what your best friend has, right? Or do not whatever. So it's comparison is something that we should always guard ourselves from. Like,
Yep.
even me, like, I remember when, I think this was such a big thing, right? When you're single and your friends have boyfriends and you're like,
Ako.
yeah. And then here's what I want to talk about.
Mm.
And then you're jealous.
Mm-mm.
And then you tend to crab mentality a friend.
Whoa, what do you mean?
I mean, pinipintasan mo yung relationship nila. Parang sometimes kasi, and I've seen this talked about also on social media, and I was like, oh nga, no, tama. Like, when you see something that you want, sometimes you try to poke holes in it to see na, I don't know, to kind of bring them down.
Gets.
Parang,
Make them feel bad about it.
May
Or
friend,
something.
may relationship naman siya, pero ganito yung boyfriend niya. Ganon. Like, gosh, the amount of times that I've seen this, and I've caught myself also doing this. Like,
Just
where's
to
that
make
coming
yourself
from?
feel better.
Yeah, feel better for not having what she has.
But deep inside, you actually want
Yeah.
what this person has.
So parang, I don't know, it's a 10th commandment for a reason. It's something that we have to guard ourselves from for a reason. Because that's something that will also destroy you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because you don't wanna, you wanna be somebody who's gonna cheer your friends on. You wanna be somebody who their wins are your wins, right?
Yes.
And you don't wanna be that person who is making a competition out of what can be such a beautiful friendship. Yeah.
I love that. Now that we're talking about things that could make a friendship toxic,
Yeah.
let's transition to yung hindi na kayo magkaibigan. I believe whether that's a good ending or not, we really would still work on forgiveness.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on that? How do you process that kind of forgiveness towards a person that you're not friends with anymore? Kasi ang dami,
Yeah, it's so hard.
Tatanong yung dapat ba mag-reconcile kayo or hindi. Pero like, from ano muna yung the thing before reconciliation is working on forgiveness on your own. Like,
Yeah.
ikaw personally, how did you process that?
I look back, if you asked me X years ago, right after it happened, it was the worst. Like, like it happened like it was a big thing in my life, and it really led me to a dark place talaga. But well, first I did my best to make amends where I could. I think I didn't want to leave anything up for, at least as far as it depended on me. I wanted to live at peace with everyone. I think that's what I'll say. Where if there was a conversation that needed to be had,
Okay.
I will have that conversation.
Wow. Okay.
If there was an apology that I needed to give, I gave it.
Oh.
Yeah. If there was something that I needed to take ownership for, I did. And I don't in the same way, that I try to be fair. As fair as I can to both sides. I was bad. I did bad things. They were bad. No, they weren't bad. But it just happens.
Yeah.
So I know that even if it was imperfect, I tried to handle it the best I could, so that now looking back, I kind of don't have any regrets. And I think that was what I really wanted to do, where I didn't want to look back and say, I wish I tried. I wish I did this. I wish we talked. I wish I apologized. I wish I forgave. But that was kind of what was in my mind, where, sige, I don't care if they don't reciprocate. This is what the Lord is telling me to do, and this is what I know is right to do, and this is what Janina wants to do.
And so you would do it.
And so I'll do it. Was it met with the same amount of passion for the friendship?
That is not guaranteed.
It's not.
No, it is not guaranteed.
It's never guaranteed, and that's why it shouldn't be about that.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I just wanted to do what's right, and somehow I guess the Lord rewarded me for it, right? Not in the way that I thought, where I guess reconciliation is not always the answer. I feel like that's something that we put a stamp on it na parang, forgiveness, reconciliation na. Dapat mag-best friends na kayo. Ba't hindi na kayo nag-hang out? Not necessarily.
Di naman kailangan ibalik siya
sa buhay
sa dati.
In the same capacity then, in the same level that person was in before. Not necessarily. But I know there's a lot of verses about forgiveness, but when we talk about, oh gosh, I wish I had my Bible. Dang it! In Ephesians 4, verse 31, it says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to another, forgiving each other as Christ forgave you." Wow. And I feel like this is a really good example of, or definition of forgiveness. Where it may be harder pa nga na it's getting rid of bitterness, rage, anger, slander, malice. And then God says, forgive. So for me, that gave me at least like a tangible thing na ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng forgive?
Forgiveness,
like, na-forgive ko na siya, like, I surrender it. But what does that really look like? It looks like not being bitter.
Wow.
It looks like not being angry, not slandering the person. Oh, gosh! Sakali na,
minsan ang hirap niya, Kasi when you talk about your pain to another person that understands you, it's so easy to like put the other person on that role na sila yung villain. Sinaktan nila ako eh.
Super.
So like unconsciously, we're slandering.
We are super.
Diba?
Yeah.
Ako, aamin ako. I repent, Lord. Pero I struggled with that before, So like, I forgive myself. It's okay. Don't crash out.
Deep breaths, Gianne.
Deep breaths. You tried your best. Okay, so kaya ako sinabi yun sa mga naka-audio only. Nalaglag ko kasi yung ginagawa kong bracelet. And sometimes it's just how it's like with life.
That's
we gotta try again.
Yes. So
nalaglag, tapos nalaglag yung mga beads ko. Pero okay lang. Nandito pa naman siya. But anyway, like, the process of it, gusto ko lang bumalik ng konti doon sa nabanggit natin kanina when it comes to reconciliation. So, sometimes kasi we think na dapat pag na-forgive na natin, kailangan ibalik sa dati.
Yeah.
So, well, alam ko naman na yung sagot mo dito, but just for the sake of like asking you the question, do you think you have to reconcile with someone you already forgave? Kailangan ba?
It would be nice in a perfect world. But, number one, it takes two to tango. If ikaw gusto mo mag-reconcile pero yung person ayaw din mag-reconcile,
wala tayong magagawa.
Ba't ko ipipilit? Diba? Second, there's this quote, "Trust is earned in drops but lost in buckets." So, the Lord is a Lord of wisdom. Holy Spirit gives us discernment, and we are not to blindly trust
a person.
Anybody,
actually. Like, not just this friend.
We will love them. We will love our neighbor as ourselves, and as far as all of the commandments go. But it will take time if that is what is needed, right? Do you need to reconcile? Like, is it a blanket statement for everyone? Absolutely not.
Iba-iba talaga kasi.
Again, going back to number one, if it takes two to tango and you are ready to come in a changed person with a compassionate heart, a kind, and no bitterness, no slander, no anger, and that person doesn't feel the same, I don't want to be unequally yoked then. I don't want to yoke myself to somebody who is going to put me back in my old ways then. Right? And I don't want to put myself in a situation where I know, I'll be in a position to be, I don't want to use the word abused, right? But I
for the lack of better
term, like a milder word, right? Whatever that may be. I don't want to do that to myself because I think that's also taking care of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, not necessarily. Yeah.
But again, in a perfect world,
But
in an ideal world, why not?
Why not? I mean, okay, so there are friends that when I see them, no malice.
Mm-mm.
Like, hey girl, how are you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's good to hear. Bye. No malice, no slander, no anger.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, bye.
Oh.
It's okay. If they, have a good, successful life, like, ting ting, like on
Love them
Instagram,
from afar.
love, comment, love it. So that I do have friends like that, but I will say actually, I do have friends who I have, or I do have a friend who I've recently rekindled with, and did we have a big talk? No, actually, but you'll be surprised how people can change. I think that's it also. Like, I don't want us to box ourselves with, Janina naman said you don't need to reconcile. Okay
So,
na
hindi
yan.
na pala.
Hindi na pala, ganun pala. No, obviously, I want, again, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everybody. The Lord and His amazing, whatever. Amazing whatever, everything.
Everything, yeah.
Amazing what everything.
Everything. I love that
somehow,
word.
like, just by His grace lang talaga has reconciled me and this girl, and it has been so beautiful because I am so deeply humbled that I also summarized this person by the worst thing she did to me. And I'm like, wait. So if God's grace is working in my life,
It's the same grace working in her life.
exactly. It's the same grace working in her life, and He did work. So why am I going to box God by my feelings? Right? By what I feel for her in the moment, by what she did, what I did. Like, why would I box God that way? God is a God of unity.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Again, case-to-case basis.
Case to case.
They're like,
And it
kainis
takes
naman
two.
tong mga to. Case-to-case lang lahat. Yes, girl.
And it really takes work kasi.
Yeah.
And discernment and wisdom. And so, yeah, kailangan din talaga on your own, you work on these things. And you really need to seek wisdom.
Yeah.
And I guess also like embrace the fact that people do change. And in hopes that we both and we all change for the better. Because the same grace that's working in me is the same grace that's working in this person.
Yeah.
I really just looked at the grace and forgiveness that God had for me. And I asked God, Lord, can you help me? Give me the grace to experience this forgiveness from you personally. Just let me overflow with it. So that I think kasi that time, the reason why I was just full of bitterness and I was holding forgiveness back is because ako personally hindi ko siya naiintindihan. Kasi hindi ko siya na-experience.
Yeah.
And so, again, I'm not trying to force this on you.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about my personal experience. But what kept me when I was at the peak of my pain was understanding that I also am just a broken person. I also make mistakes. I also am a villain at someone's story.
Yeah.
And I personally am a person who also needs forgiveness myself.
Yeah.
Oh, hanggang dito na lang tong episode na to. But thanks for listening. Let's be friends. Click the follow or subscribe button. Leave a comment kung hindi ka busy. And follow us on IG at Medyo Seryosong Podcast. Ano ba yan? Ang daming utos. Bye!